Hi, this is Kim Droptiny from Kim's Reason Talks, and I will be starting today Pilgrim's Progress. Actually, it's the original title is The Pilgrim's Progress. We know it today as Pilgrim's Progress, but it should be The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. And before I get into chapter 1, I'm going to start here with an introduction about John Bunyan and then just some facts about the book. So here is the short story of John Bunyan's life. John Bunyan, the wicked tinker of Elstow, was born at that village near Bedford in 1628, went to a free school, worked a while in his father's trade, and enlisting at 17 in the Cromwellian army, fought in the Civil War. At 19, he married, his wife's only portion being 2 religious books which she induced him to read. He attended church regularly with her, but joined in the Morris dancing, drinking, and Sunday afternoon sports authorized under proclamation of James I, but forbidden by good Puritans. Once, he says, during these sports, he heard a voice from heaven calling to him, "Wilt thou leave thy sins and go to heaven, or have thy sins and go to hell?" He was startled, but soon forgot it, till a woman of disreputable character overheard him blaspheming so foully that she reproved him, and reproof from such a quarter seems to have horrified him into turning from his careless living to take life earnestly. In 1653, he joined the Baptist community and became a famous preacher among the Bedfordshire villages. After the Restoration, when laws against dissenters became stringent, he was thrown into Bedford County Gaol, 1660, for preaching in unlicensed conventicles. He was then 32 and remained a prisoner for 12 years. His second wife and their 4 children earning a livelihood in the town by making laces to which he fixed the tags. His gaoler, or prison keeper, a friendly fellow, allowed him to retain his Bible and Fox's Book of Martyrs, and to have pens, ink, and paper, and thus in his cell he was able to write. Released in 1672, Bunyan became pastor of the church at Bedford, but 3 years later was again in prison for 6 months, and that 6 months produced the Pilgrim's Progress. About 60 books issued from his pen. The more famous are Grace Abounding, also written in prison, The Life and Death of Mr. Badman, and The Holy War, written together with the second part of The Pilgrim after his release. In 1688, Bunyan rode from Reading to London in the rain and died in Holborn after an ensuing illness on August 31st, 1688, in his 61st year. He was buried in Bunhill Fields, City Road, where 2 years later George Fox was also buried. So also, I just found this on the internet. This was written by a man named Leland Ryken, who is a PhD and served as professor of English at Wheaton College for nearly 50 years. And he said that The Pilgrim's Progress is one of the most famous books ever published. For more than 2 centuries after its publication, The Pilgrim's Progress ranked just behind the King James Bible as the most common and important book in evangelical Protestant households. It has been translated into more than 200 languages, including 80 languages in Africa alone. And the Bible is a continuous presence in the Pilgrim's Progress. One reason for the popularity of the Pilgrim's Progress with evangelical readers through the ages is its rootedness in the Bible. But this trait makes it equally attractive to literary scholars. Victorian preacher Charles Spurgeon famously said that Bunyan is a living Bible. Prick him anywhere, his blood is Bible line. The very essence of the Bible flows from him. Such is the testimony of the believing soul. So it's one of my favorite books. I've read it twice. This, as I read it aloud to you, it'll be my third time to read it. And it is absolutely amazing. I can testify. It just kind of makes me tingle. And it's so emulates what the Christian life is like. This was written in the 1600s. Nothing's changed. It's just the same today. So I hope you will enjoy listening to The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. And thank you so much for listening to my channel. God bless you.